we're going to take a look through the French newspapers now, and for that I'm joined by Kyle Brown. Hello, Kyle.
Good morning.
Now, the papers, a lot of them leading with a gangland shooting in the southern city of Marseille.
That's right. A 25-year-old man was shot while traveling in the passenger seat of a car in the north of Marseille, known to be a problematic part of the city because of a lot of drug crime, a lot of gang activity, and in fact, it's getting so bad that the local mayor has called for the army. She answered reporters' questions saying that this problem has become so bad that we need some kind of intervention. We need the army. Le Figaro says, yes, it's right to call the alarm. It's right to, say that the problem is getting worse, of course, but it's not to the stage where we need the army. Le Figaro actually agrees with the defense minister, the interior minister, who say that it's not yet an insurrection of any kind. The crime is bad, but it's not gotten to that point. And the point really will be, the police obviously should be answering this problem.
Now, there was a similar debate here in France a few years ago, but the army didn't intervene in the riots of 2005, did they?
No, indeed. So the viewers will perhaps remember that there were riots back in 2005, pitched battles between youths and the police, cars burning in the streets. But even then, the army wasn't called. Some people were calling for them, and it was pretty much the same situation where the police had to get on and deal with it. Libération is citing a military expert who says that, we only call for the army in cases of natural disaster, only when the police are overwhelmed, and that's not the case now. But the last time the army was called on to intervene, and they actually did intervene on the streets of Paris, where it was during protests during the Algerian War back in 1961-62.
Now, there's a more radical idea in the pages of Le Parisien.
That's right. Le Parisien cites a local mayor of another part of France, just northeast of Paris, who says he had similar problems in his district, a lot of drug and gang activity, and he, in his time, asked for soldiers as well, of course rejected it at that time too, but he went on to write a book actually proposing something more radical, saying, the only way to deal with these dealers is actually to break the market and legalize soft drugs, corner the market, for example, in cannabis, and that way they'll end the dealers' hold on youths and young people, and that way people can kind of police can get on with, dealing with regular crime.
All right, we're going to move on now to what you might call a quirk of French politics, and that's the government struggle to get its ministers to drop their other jobs.
That's right. This is indeed a funny aspect of French politics, because a lot of the MPs, a lot of the ministers that we see actually have second, if not third jobs. And a lot of these jobs are as local officials, as mayors. And the Socialist Party has asked their members to actually give up those additional positions and to just get on with their jobs as MPs and ministers. And it's just turned out that a lot of them haven't done so. And it's coming out now to the last couple of weeks, to the deadline during which they'll actually have to give it up. And the notice now that we see by Libération is that this was something that 70% of socialist members agreed with. They approved the policy to give up their jobs, but they haven't yet. And so there's a bit of a panic going on now, because the Socialist Party heads are saying, listen, this is coming time now. You're going to have to start campaigning for future elections. You've got to lose these other posts and, devote your full time and your full attention to your jobs as ministers and MPs.
Obviously, they've got a lot on their plate, so it's understandable that the president might want them to just focus on that.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much, Carl, for taking us through the French papers. Do stay tuned to France 24.